Let me cut across to what's happening with Sheikh Hasina. She's in India at the Hindon Air Base. Shivani Sharma, our correspondent, who's bringing us this live report right from outside. Shivani, give us more. Have there been people flocking in to meet with Sheikh Hasina? What is she up to? What's her routine today? How long is she going to be staying in India? We know this visit is time-bound, but there's no clarity on her next move. So give us more.
Nabila, as Sheikh Hasina decides onto her next steps, she continues to be in the Hindon Air Base in Ghaziabad, where we are reporting right now from. And this is her second day after she landed yesterday. Since then, she's been meeting a number of people, including NSA. She has also met officials from the Indian Air Force, and a lot of courtesy meetings have been happening, Nabila. Though nothing is being officially declared because of the situation, condition of the situation, but she continues to be inside. She is inside a safe house, and she's being looked after well, because we know how Sheikh Hasina was received by India. She had asked for an emergency approval by the Indian Air Force, the Indian government, and a safe passage that was allowed to her. Not only this, she was well received at the Indian Air Base. And a short while back from now, we also heard the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, the Parliament, and he has also confirmed that Sheikh Hasina is here, and she wanted to be here for the moment, so she is here, and she is deciding onto her next steps. She wants to seek asylum in UK, but no clear signals from UK have come right now, Nabila. So until she gets a clearance, until she makes her way ahead, she will be in India, and she'll be looked after well by India because of the nature of bond that she shares with India and with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And we've seen that under her leadership, India and Bangladesh had shared beautiful, strong diplomatic and defense ties too. So when she's here, she seeks help. She is looking for her further destination. She will be in India. And we've seen how the all-party meeting had happened earlier in the day, in which the government has apprised all the party members that Sheikh Hasina is here, and the government is monitoring the situation in Bangladesh, and also the heightened security along the borders that India shares with Bangladesh. That's what Dr. S. Jaishankar also reiterated in the parliament today. But Sheikh Hasina stays inside. She is in Hindon, as we know, and more information and updates are awaited. Nabila.
Thanks very much, Shivani, for joining us on that. Now, amid the unrest in Bangladesh, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has addressed the Rajya Sabha today about what's happening in violence-torn Bangladesh. Jaishankar has stated that the centre is in constant touch with Bangladesh Army, is keeping a close watch on law and order. The External Affairs Minister has appraised the Parliament as to how minorities were targeted during the stir. Centre has also held an all-party meeting before addressing the Sansad. Sources say Jaishankar in his meeting stated that the government had brief discussions with Sheikh Hasina and that the centre has no idea about her future plans, that they have extended this helping hand for the moment, considering her relationship with India has been great in much over a decade. Jaishankar has also said that situation in Bangladesh is not as alarming for us to be requiring to evacuate nearly 19 to 20,000 Indians from Bangladesh.
Our understanding is that after a meeting with leaders of the security establishment, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina apparently made the decision to resign. At very short notice, she requested approval to come for the moment to India. We simultaneously received a request for flight clearance from Bangladesh authorities. She arrived yesterday evening in Delhi. Since the election in January 2024, there has been considerable tension, deep divides, and growing polarization in Bangladesh politics. This underlying foundation aggravated a student agitation that started in June this year. There was growing violence, including attacks on public buildings and infrastructure, as well as traffic and rail obstruction. The violence continued through the month of July. Throughout this period, we repeatedly counseled restraint and urged that the situation be diffused through dialogue. We are also monitoring the situation with regard to the status of minorities. There are reports of initiatives by various groups and organizations to ensure their protection and well-being. We welcome that, but will naturally remain deeply concerned till law and order is visibly restored.
All right, the opposition now slamming the government of India over crisis in Bangladesh, calling it a miss from their end, terming it the failure of Modi government's foreign policy. Let's have a listen to what the opposition leaders in India said.
बांग्लादेश में ये लग रहा था कि हालत ठीक नहीं है और वहाँ पे अनरेस्ट बहुत है। एक तो इकोनॉमी काफ़ी डाउन थी, इकोनॉमी के साथ साथ उनके अंदरूनी हालात भी ठीक नहीं थे और मुझे दिखता है कि इसको आखिरकार बच्चों ने एक मुहिम चला दी जिससे कि कोई कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकता था, ना उनकी फौज कंट्रोल कर सकती थी, ना कोई कंट्रोल कर सकता था।
I will say that, frankly, we have to stand with the people of Bangladesh. That is India's principal interest. And certainly, it's a good gesture the government made to get all the parties together for an all-party briefing, because obviously there is no such thing as a BJP foreign policy or a Congress foreign policy. There's only Indian foreign policy and Indian nationalism.